Our next story, Harry and Meghan, they've given their first interview in 3 years to CBS. Let's just take a little look at what they had to say, because it's a very important message.
I would never want someone else to feel that way. And I would never want someone else to be making those sort of plans. And I would never want someone else to not be believed. So if me voicing what I have overcome will save someone, or asks or encourage someone in their life to really genuinely check in on them and not assume that the appearance is good so everything's okay, then that's worth it. I'll take a hit for that.
How was Meghan there, talking to Jane Pauley about her mental health struggles? There was no mention of the royals, though, were there, Giles?
No, she's now becoming an advocate here for online safety, for mental welfare, and she's now leading her own life. And I hope it's going to be her best life. And so that's what they're now doing, which is good, because they're creating their own show, their own narrative, and best of luck to them.
Yeah, and I always think it's brave of people to talk about their mental health struggles in public. You know, it's something that Prince Harry has very sort of openly done in the past. I think it helps to reduce some of the stigma around, you know, if people are depressed or they're suffering other mental health issues. It may encourage people to kind of seek out help, to understand that actually even really famous, rich, beautiful people might feel like that sometimes and have that going on in their life. So I always think it's good to talk about it. And I think the online safety stuff, I mean, we've just been talking about online, actually the impact that social media has on children, particularly, you know, when children get groomed into sort of harmful things online. We've got to have a very serious conversation about that, and this is something they're looking to contribute to.
They're launching something called the Parents Network.
Yeah.
I'm not quite sure what that is, but the idea is for people who are parents with young children to think about how we can help you with your parenting and, you know, mental health for young people. Mm-hmm. So it's a nice idea, and they're sharing their own challenges as part and parcel of it.
Suicide is still the biggest killer of men under the age of 55 in this country. Can you believe it? We cannot talk about it enough.
Yeah. Well, we really... So, you know, there are actually... You know, there are slightly different ways in which mental health issues present between the sexes. So, you know, male suicide rates are really high. We absolutely need to talk about that. We've also got a crisis of mental health around kind of teenage girls. We can't talk about this stuff enough in some ways, but the talking has to lead to doing. And mental health services in this country are nowhere near on a par with other aspects of the NHS, and that's even given the state that the NHS is in. You know, mental health has long been the Cinderella. Waiting lists for children are incredibly long, children who are struggling with their mental health. So we've got to put more resource into it as a society.
I think, in fairness to them, they're talking about their own children, Archie and Lilibet, and saying we want to protect them. What they mean is actually protect them from having access to material online that may be not good for them. So they're actually being quite practical about that.
Yeah.
I mean, these are big issues you're talking about. I think they're actually talking about parents, quite simply. How do we protect our children from the kind of information that comes into them on screen? What do we do about that?
Well, it's lovely that they're using their platforms to do good.
Agreed.
Yeah.
Thank you for visiting our This Morning YouTube channel. We upload new content every day, so go ahead, hit that subscribe button. You don't want to miss out, and we'll see you in the morning.